Are Jutes and Geats the same people? Let's find out. The issue here is that the BT Dictionary, or also known as the Bosworth-Toller Anglo-Saxon Dictionary, has the term Ģēatas for Jutes and Gautar, which is really confusing for laymen. So here's a map of where the Ģēats are and where the Jutes are. So it's pretty clear that these are not the same people. So what is this? What is this linguistic shenanigans going on here? The issue is that you have two words that are taking the same form. So due to linguistic phonological circumstance, we have two words that take the same form. So Ģēatas as Jutes. So before we get into it, we have to get into the nitty-gritty of phonology here. So we have Jung, Jung, and Yeung, Young, Ew, Yiu, Yeu, meaning long before, and Ya and Yeah, meaning yes. So this G is there as a palatal indicator. It's also important to mention that GE, by extension, by variation of GI, before a back vowel, and back vowels are AOU, that would indicate the palatal nature of G. It's also important to bear in mind that by palatal nature, I'm not only referring to a Y, as in yes in English. So given the previous examples, we have recorded here Ģēatas, Ģēatas, and Ģēatas. However, I reconstructed what would be a recorded form, given the examples we had before. It would have been Ģēatas. That would clear a lot of things up. So the Ģēatas would be simply the Jutes, and the Ģēatas would be simply the Gautar. But due to time and vowel variation, so that the latter half of the diphthong there, that O, it could have been O, so it could be Ģēo, Ģēatas. So the quality in the vowel is very subtle. So it's very easy to mix these things up, so that on paper, that Ģēatas could very well mean for both Jutes and Gautar, but you'd have to really hammer the etymologies out. So clearly, how we ended up with Ģēatas as Jutes is just a variation of what would be Ģēatas from these other forms, Ģēatas and Ģēatas. Now, Ģēatas as Gautar. Okay, so this is going to be very lengthy, so buckle your seat for this, all right? So this would be more or less a natural evolution that the diphthong here, the ow, became ea in Old English at some point, obviously, to get what we have now. And then the G, initially a velar, so a sound, and then g, and then g, and this palatalization, this from going from a velar g to palatal g, this would be due to a vowel change going from the ow to the ea, or a front vowel that will lead to ea at least, and so the front vowel and front vowels are ash, I, E, and Y. Would be a glide, so that's why we would get a gia. So there would be at one time that the name of these people would have been Ģēatas, but then going further in time as time progressed, be Ģēatas. So that's pretty much in a nutshell the evolution of how we get Ģēatas as Gautar, which happens to be the same form as the word for Jutes. Forgive me, Jutes. And what about the Goths and the Goots, eh? So, Goths and Goots, eh, in Old English? Well, Gotha is one Goth, and it's a masculine noun. And we have Gotan, which is the plural. And then I reconstructed Gote, which is an I stem plural of what would be Goths, so Gote. However, Goots is not attested in Old English, but if it were, it'd be Guta, Gutan, and Gute. I would think the reason for this is because the term Ģēatas would encompass the Goths or the Gutes, and or some kind of mix-up where, or perhaps the Goths, the Gultan would include the Gutes as well. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, if you will. And that's it for this video, guys. So thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe. And if you really like the channel, please become a channel member. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.